So right before Comic-Con, a rumor broke out that Marvel's dream choice to play Doctor Strange on the silver screen is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. What a horrible idea! For Marvel, for moviegoers, and even Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Allow me to explain. First off, no way should Gordon-Levitt stab Warner Brothers in DC in the back like that after his literal turn as Robin in The Dark Knight Rises. A contingent of fans is rooting for him to become Nightwing in the DC Cinematic Universe, myself included, and others feel he has a shot at donning the Bat mantle himself. And even if both choices are a no-go in this rebooted DC Cinematic Universe, where Man of Steel is character zero, Warner Brothers and DC have got to be aware of all that chatter, which means they could always offer him the chance to don another mask. Plus, with friends like Christopher Nolan and his own directorial debut, Dawn John, on the horizon, Gordon-Levitt doesn't need another superhero movie. Not to mention, he's totally wrong for the part. In the comics, before Doctor Strange became the Sorcerer Supreme, he was a renowned neurosurgeon. And that not only takes a lot of schooling, but you gotta log a lot of brain hours to become renowned. So unless this is the Doogie Howser version of Doctor Strange, Joseph Gordon-Levitt just isn't going to cut it. But someone is going to play Doctor Strange, as Marvel Studios head honcho Kevin Feige has not only confirmed that Doctor Strange will be a part of the super secret of Marvel Phase 3, but that they are indeed developing him his own film. Will it feature Wong and Night Nurse? Yes, my most favorite recent Doctor Strange comic is the miniseries Doctor Strange the Oath by Brian K. Vaughan and Marcos Martin. I've included links where you can download or order it in the video description. But back to this pending movie version, which I am now going to attempt to cast. As always, please remember that I try to base my choices in the reality of the situation, taking into account things like who can Marvel afford and who's at a point in their career that such a casting is mutually beneficial. My top pick? Daniel Day-Lewis. Wait, did I just break my own rules? No, I think this is doable. Daniel Day-Lewis has certainly proven he can act at this point, so why not take on a new challenge? Plus, I think that for Marvel, it'd be relatively cheap to dazzle Day-Lewis in the paycheck department. Third, Day-Lewis often dresses like Doctor Strange in his personal life. And fourth, look what Marvel has done for fellow thespian Robert Downey Jr. By the way, I bet being able to make that argument when pitching other actors reinforces that Downey Jr. is worth every penny of the multitude they pay him. But if Daniel Day-Lewis says no, then next up I have to go with Jude Law. Based on some of his most recent performances, especially in Side Effects, I feel he's just a few steps behind Matthew McConaughey in casting off his pretty boy image and gaining some legitimacy. Plus, he's also proven to be decent in an action scene with films like Repo Men. But if Marvel is really strapped for cash after writing Downey Jr. a check for Avengers 2 and 3, Jim Caviezel is mighty affordable. He's currently on television, which is what makes him so cheap, but CBS's Person of Interest does do well on the ratings. And if anyone's seen Passion of the Christ or Frequency or The Count of Monte Cristo, well, you know he can act. Finally, I've got my wild card choice, Russell Brand. Hear me out. He's certainly got the look, both physically and in terms of style, and don't let his impishness fool you. Brand is incredibly smart, just recently making headlines for taking MSNBC anchors to task for doing so poorly at their job, which he reminded them is supposed to be important. Could Brand do for Strange what Downey did for Stark? Which of my choices do you like the best? And if you've got your own, share them in the comments down below. I'm Grace Randolph, and this has been a Movie Bite. You can watch more right now.